I feel like most people don't understand that music is a science, a spiritual science, but still a science. Meaning, spirit needs to be incorporated for sure, of course, it has to. But it can be broken down into formulas like a science, meaning anyone can understand it and learn it. And when you understand certain formulas, you can kind of start mixing certain things together to create certain feelings, right? It's kind of like, it's like being an alchemist. And obviously, music has been thoroughly studied throughout human history, right? So we have we understand things like dissonance, harmony, rhythm, form, right? Texture. But what's so interesting about music is that we didn't need to understand these things to just start doing it. Like, we just started making music. And then we went back and we're like, wait a second, let's break this down here. Like, how did we do this? And that's why I call it a spiritual science, because the way that humans are able to just automatically understand it is kind of magical. And before I made music, I had this idea that only certain people could make music. That it was like you had to have a specific talent for music. And I guess I just didn't think that I had that talent, so I just never even considered it. But I did meet some people who really inspired me and activated my heart chakra to really just try it. And I surprised myself, is what I did. I surprised myself a lot, actually. I knew I had the rhythm thing, because I was a dancer before I started making music. I knew I had the rhythm thing down. But everything else was just so brand new to me as far as exploring sound. And I realized that those other things actually did come very natural to me. Basically, what I'm saying is, how will you know if you don't try? You won't know. You won't know if these things come natural to you if you never try. So, if you really want to make music, just try it, and who knows, it might actually come very natural to you, these things. If they don't, you can learn it, is what I'm saying. It's a science. It's a science. Yes, music is a spiritual science, meaning creating music, comes more naturally to those who are connected to their spirit, who have a strong relationship to their spirit, yes. But you can still learn the fundamentals of music. Because like I said, it is a science. You can study it, you can learn it and understand it if it's not coming natural to you. You can do that in the meantime, right? And then in doing that, learning about it and applying what you're learning, in doing that, you can use music, creating music, to have a stronger relationship to your spirit in the process. Music is a spiritual practice. And let me tell you something. Every single person on this planet can always have a deeper, richer connection with their spirit. And for the most spiritual people out there, it's maintenance, right? It's upkeep on that relationship. It's keeping it strong and going deeper. Like I said, we can always go deeper. We can always love more, feel more. Now, for those who are like me, you feel called to make music. And there are moments in which you are making a song and you feel possessed, almost like you are a vessel, an involuntary vessel of divine source. But in creating music, feeling called to create music, it is maintaining that spiritual connection to divine source, divine spirit. And in that connection with divine spirit, it's a strong connection with your own spirit. But remember, if you really want your music to be the best of the best, the best quality out there, you have to do both. You have to enrich your spirit, but you also have to study the science. Right? So even if it does come naturally to you, still study it. Because you have people who have studied the science but lack the spirit, right? But then you have people who have the spirit. They have the spirit, but they lack the science. Get that? Because trust me, I know plenty of very spiritual individuals whose music ain't really it, bro. So what I'm saying is to just try. You might surprise yourself. And like I said, if music does not come so naturally to you, not as naturally as other people, you're noticing that, do not fret. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you that music is a spiritual practice. And in knowing that, it is a spiritual practice and a science. And in knowing those two things, one, you can study up. And two, you can, every time you apply the science, be aware of spirit, your spiritual growth. Prioritize your spiritual growth, and I promise you, you will be a master at music.